Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. So today we're going to be building a frosted AP Royal Oak homage with a Seiko movement and this dial. So let's take a look at the bracelet first. So this is a frosted bracelet. As you can see, it has this like shimmer effect, right? It is in rose gold and it has this glitter or shimmer effect, and it is absolutely amazing. The closing down is very nice and every link is good. Nothing is hanging up or anything like that. So firstly, let's leave the bracelet in the side over here. These are the screws for the bracelet, and then what we have here is the movement. So this movement I got from the company called Wildfire. They're absolutely amazing. Let's open it up. It is a NH35A, meaning automatic. So here we go. This goes out like this. Cool little holder. They really do put effort inside these dials, and they secure them very nicely. So, I mean in this movement, sorry. So this is the NH35. Let's wind it up a little. Position number 1, wind it up. Let's give it some power. So, and the watch is working. Nice. So now it is in position number 1. We can take out the crown stem from here. Let's use this. And here it is. They do it like this so that you don't lose it. We're gonna place it up there. And get rid of that. So this can stay here right now. Now we have the dial. Let's open it up. Let's see what we are gonna be working with today. So not touching the dial initially. I don't wanna make it dirty. So this is the dial. I hope the camera is focusing, because in some of my previous videos, some of you have mentioned that the camera jumps out of focus, and now I will, well, honestly, I didn't expect to get more than 10-20 views, but I got a lot more, and I will put maximum effort in these videos to teach you about watchmaking, or if you already know how to build watches, so that you can enjoy a nice watch build, right? So this is gonna be the dial. This is in rose gold, just like the bracelet and the case. Now, these are the hands, also in rose gold, standard AB hands. And we have some bragen over here, which we are gonna be opening right away. This is a bit tough to open because the bragen just glues itself, but I keep it here so that it doesn't get dirty, right? Because it has to be clean. So, actually, what we need is, well, we can leave that there and get back the place from, this plastic container from the movement. And what we can do is just do this, right? Keep the bragen like this, formed how we need it to be with. So, and we can leave it there, all right? And now it won't get dirty. I would recommend you do the same on your builds. So now, let's take this out of the way. And this, and let's see how the dial holders are. Oops, the dial flew away. Now, here I have it. Let's dust it off. All right, so here we have the dial. Now here we have 2 pins. We don't need to remove any of them. All right, so now to insert those 2, we have 2 holes. I'm gonna focus here. So we have 1 hole here, 1 hole here, 1 hole here. All right, and if you can see on the dial, we have 1 little thing here, 1 holder here, all right? And in some dials, you have more than these, and you need to see which one goes inside the movement and cut the others off. I have plenty of other videos where I show you how to do that too, properly. So now let's take it like this, the Seiko logo on top. And this is a movement where the date is at 3 o'clock, so we have to place it like this. So let's do this. So it is in. Now let's do this. I hope you can see. Now we're gonna press on this black ring and the dial, okay? But just gently, gently, all right? And always with clean hands or clean gloves. Now the dial is in, and we can place it here inside our dial holder. Now take it into position number 3, the outer one, and just do this. So position number 3, and we are gonna wait for it to strike 1 o'clock. For the date to be the first, for the watch to be at 12 o'clock. So, or 31st. A little bit more, a little bit more. Now we are here. So we are at 12 o'clock. Now we can put the dial back inside. The movement with the dial inside our movement. Brass movement holder. This is brass. It has a little bit. If you buy one of these, just get a brass one. It has more weight, so that it's gonna be here. It won't like move everywhere, right? So now what we need to do is get that out of the way. Get our hour pusher. So the hour pusher. This is the hour pusher. Now let's open our hands and just open it very slow. You don't want them to fly away. Now let's take the Bragan, and now let's take the hour. So we have the hour hand over here. Let's place it here. Let's go at 12 o'clock and like this. So I hope you can see, but you need to just push it in, okay? And now you can adjust it a little bit. Don't push it in too hard initially. You want to adjust it so it's like perfectly at 12 o'clock, all right? Because after all, this is not a fashion piece, this is a watch. And the watch has to keep time good. That's what a watch does, all right? A watch keeps time. So, perfect application. And now we can move on to the minutes one. Here we have the minutes one. Now you want to place it on the Bragan how you feel most comfortable. And now let's go at 12. Now let's get the other one. Let's get the silver one with a black tip. Now let's place this here. Now let's arrange it good. All right, for this one, I'm gonna have my loop. All right, you can try 1 or 2 times without it, but then just use this so you don't mess anything up. So let's get serious, right? So that is in, but not all the way, because I want to show you something. Let's push this out, shall we? So now what I want to show you. You would think this is perfect, right? Let's go to 6 o'clock, right? Let's just go to 6 o'clock and see how perfect this watch is. And it is not perfect. You see? It is off. It is off by 5 minutes, just like always. Just like always, it's off by 5 minutes. Let's adjust this. You see what we did here? We just applied the minute hand just a little bit, no pressure, all right? And then we just moved it so that it is in the right position. Now let's put the dial back in with the movement, and now we can apply pressure, all right? And go like this, go up, down, left, right, so that you have an even application. It should be done. Let's see what we did. So perfect clearance, nice. Now let's see how the date changes. I hope the focus is good. So let's go. Yeah, it changes the date 5 minutes before 12 o'clock, but that is better than being not on time, all right? Because you want it to be on time. So, all right, so I think it's a 2 minutes still. Not exactly, right? Let's do it until we get our desired effect. Let's try a little bit more. Now it looks perfectly straight. I will keep adjusting it until it's good, you know. So that. All right. Or what we can do is we can just take it out. All right. A little bit. And adjust again. So perfectly straight. See, you just need to keep adjusting it a little bit. Now let's see, let's push it a bit more because we did move it a little bit, all right? Nice. Now what we can do is move on to the second hand. Grab the second hand, the loop, and we need this one, the second hand pusher. And the second hand, I think, is properly in. Now we need to adjust it a little bit up top. And let's see how the clearance is. It has a lot of space, so let's try to push it a little bit. All right, so it has a lot of clearance. Let's see. Yep, it's perfect. We just need to adjust the nose, right? Or the pointy part of it. Now that is good. Let's see how the watch works. And here we go. I hope the camera is focusing good. And so the watch is working how it should. Now the next step is to clean up the watch. Now let's dust it off. Let's get the loop and the brake. So I hope you can see and the camera focuses. So just clean out the hands, the logo a little bit. And we're good to go. Let's place the brake on there, dust it off one more time. And we can place this inside the movement or on top of the movement holder. Now, let's take this one out. We don't need it anymore. Let's go to the bracelet. Now the bracelet, we need to open it first before we start working on it. So let's take our screwdriver and open it. All right, I think it's good. This screw seems to be funny. All right. So I think we need to apply pressure here and then do it with a screwdriver. Hope you can see it here. Apply pressure up on the bottom and with a screwdriver, and here we go. So you learned a new trick how to remove these sticky screws, or how do you call them? Just apply pressure up bottom, just screw it up and it's gonna pop right off real quick. So now let's open this up, place it here. Let's get this out of the way and let's remove the crown. So the crown is out. And now what we need to do is clean up the inside a little bit. So clean it up. All right. And the front as well. Let's dust it off. Now what we need to do is place this one here so we don't lose it. Get this out of the way, this out of the way. and this can stay there. We don't need this anymore, or later a bit. Now let's remove the original stem. From here, let's get this one, and you push. So to remove the crown stem, you push here. You put it in position number 1 where the watch is running, as you can see, and then you click here. Wait, I can show you here. Camera, please focus. So you push right there, all right? Right there should be like a little hole, So you put pressure on the crown stem and you just click that. And it should pop off like that. Very easy. You don't need, for example, this one. This is a holder, so you can hold it like this and take it out, but that requires much more time. So now let's put it inside the watch. Now let's put the movement and the dial inside the watch. 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and like that. Let's adjust it. And let's take the crown stem. This one we can just leave there. We don't need it anymore that much. Now let's screw the crown to the crown stem. This is it. And what you want to do now is have some pliers with a flat head. And you want to grab it. And you want to screw it down tight so that it isn't stuck inside, all right? Now let's place it in. All right, so position number 1. Now let's cut it. First off, we need to measure. All right, let's see, how much do we need to cut here? 4.8, or let's go a little bit less. Let's go with 4.6. And if it is too much, we are gonna cut it again, all right? So that we don't waste the crown stem. So let's take it out. Let's move this out of the way. This too. Now what we need to do is take these out, move them out of the way. This one as well, and this one there. Now let's unscrew this. And be careful so that you don't damage it when you're screwing and unscrewing it. So let's mark it. All right. Now we can turn this off. Now what we need to do is get our flat head cutters. Get the crown stem. Place it in here. All right, I got a nice grip. And now what we need to do is we need to cover it like this. Cover it with something before you cut. And cut it so that it doesn't fly away and you cannot find it anymore. That's also a really nice tip I can give you if you're doing this the first time. Now, the next step is to just grind this down. And you can use any file that you want. This is a regular nail file, or how do you call it in your language? Or in English, I don't know if it's the right word, but just for the nails, right? The nail thing, all right? You have one of these at home. You can use it. It's amazing. So let's do it now like this. So it's screwing it down. And let's make it tight. Now let's see where we are, right? So put it in. All right. So we can wind it, all right, in this position. And I think it goes, okay, so this position, we can wind it, and then we can just screw it in. This is a perfect cut. Perfect cut. But my recommendation, as always, is just cut it a little bit less, because when you are measuring it with this, right, you're measuring, wait, let me show you again, so you can see what I'm cutting, right? So you want this head, so let me show you this. So you want this edge of the crown to be in the edge of this thing, of this screw down head, all right? You want between them just a minimal gap, all right? Don't measure it from here, from the case. From the head of the screw to the crown. That's all you need to do. Now, screw it down. And let's apply the movement holder, all right? So, let's adjust it a little bit, good. And just push this in place very tight. So, now the next step is we need our lubricant for the gasket. So let's get our gasket out of here. I hope you can see that it focuses good on the camera. All right, so now let's place it there, and let's do this, and then let's just, all right, let's just do this. Let's just keep, I don't want to make my hands dirty. That should be enough lubrication. All right, let's take it out. Let's place it here. It's a bit sticky now, so be careful. Now let's place it here. I need to buy a new one of these. So let's place it in the edge, and with your finger hold it, all right? And you want to go around. You want to hold it, hold it, hold it. And yeah, you see, I didn't do it right. So let's try again. Let's try again. Let's try maybe from this side up. That was close. That was close. I can't lie. Really, really close. All right, so we have it here. Let's hold it down here and with another finger as we are moving up. All right, and let's go like this. As up as we go, we push it back in place. Almost, and it sprung out. That's not good. So let's try again. So let's try this like this. Now it stays in place, finally. Now what we need to do is clean this up a little bit. Dust it off. And just place it here. Careful. Super careful. Now this is in place. Now we need the screws. So, get that out of the way. Get the screw. This tiny little screws. Put it up there. And let's just screw it down a little, So let's get another one. And now what you want to do is, with this style of case, you want to go the opposite side. So you put pressure equally. That's very important. You don't want to put pressure on one side of the back of the case. Now, this one. I think that was not good. Now the screw went in nice. Always check how the thread is going in. You don't want a bad thread. So let's put this one down too. And let's have a final check at the watch. We don't want to screw them down and then something is not right. So this is how the watch is looking. I like it a lot. Let's unscrew the crown. So we can wind it. We can change the dial or the date, as you can see. Change the time. Let's check how our 6 o'clock is looking. If the watch is straight, the watch is very straight. Now let's screw it back in, shall we? So now it's screwed back in. Let's put on the 2 final screws. It flew away a little bit. Now one more. Now we have actually 3 more, sorry. One here up top. Other way around, huh? Nice. Okay. Now, last one. So, all right, now let's get a bigger screwdriver because that one is really small. Not that one. So, now with this big screwdriver, we're gonna tighten them down. And always opposite, okay? If you do this one, then opposites, all right? I always go clockwise and then the opposite one. So clockwise, opposite one. Clockwise and opposite one. So, sorry about that. I had a quick interruption over here. So let's check all the screws again. You see, sometimes one of them gonna move a little bit more because the case is now secured. You see, they still move a little bit because the case is now fully down. Now they're perfectly screwed down. So let's now put the bracelet back in place. Let's get our Where did we leave that? So it's not here, huh? Yeah, here it is. So the original screw. But I think we have, no, we don't have any more screws. There's screws for the bracelet head. So now this one should go in like this, and with other screwdriver, let's screw it down. So this one is tight. Now the watch has stopped, which is very common when you screw down the case, because it is pushing the seconds hand and it is not letting it move freely. So we have to open the watch again, which is not so fun, right? But if you're doing a similar build and the watch is working, and then all of a sudden the watch is not working anymore, it's because when you screw down the back of the watch, then that one is pushing the seconds hand into the glass, the crystal, and that one doesn't let it move. So we need to take out the movement again, and we need to push the seconds hand a little bit more. All right, make it a little bit straighter, or what I do, just bend a little bit the front of it. All right, you just can bend it just a little bit. Just leave that so. Don't take out the screws, you don't need to. Let's take this one out now. You see, now it is working. You see? Now the watch is working again. So now, let's take this out. Take out this. Put it here. This would have been a very quick video, right? But we have a problem, right? And we need to fix it. So this is gonna be one of those 1 hour videos again, which is funny, I swear. So now let's do this. Let's see now. Yep, it is facing upwards, of course. Of course it is. If it wasn't, it would be good. Still facing up. Oh wow. Still facing up. Still facing up. Still facing up. So let's hold it down here. And push. That helped a little bit. Helped a little bit. Helped a little bit. Now it's good. How is the clearance? Clearance is good. Take the brake gun, clean it. Let's dust it off. Take it out. Place it back in here. Before, let's remove the crown and the crown stem, right? Three o'clock. Let's do this quick so we don't make this another 1 hour video. But I think it's gonna be another 1 hour video. We can't escape it. So, now it's in. It's moving properly. Let's put this one in. Holder. And now let's put this back in here. Let's see if we can align the screws properly. Should be difficult with all of them sitting like that. But let's try, right? Why not? So can we get one of them? Maybe. Maybe not. I think one of them is here. No. Maybe this time. One of them is good. Now this. Now this. 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 Two. So we got all of them. Now big screwdriver again. Tight. 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 Here. 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 Now let's go round. Tight. 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 Watch is still moving, which is a good sign. Let's screw it down. And let's wait a couple of seconds, because after like 10 seconds, 20 seconds, from my experience, it just stops when it is not right adjusted. So when the seconds hand is touching the crystal, it will stop. So it keeps going. It's almost half a minute now, which is awesome. Took us like 10 minutes more than I intended, but sometimes happens, right? Should have taken a better look at the seconds hand. But yeah, now the watch is working, everything is fine, everything is tight over there. Now we can put on the bracelet back. So it's on this side. Let's put on the bracelet, and we have ourselves a frosted rose gold AP, which is awesome. I swear, this watch is just awesome. And if you watch till here, please consider subscribing, liking the video, and if you want to contact me, in the description I will leave my email, Instagram, so on and so forth. Message me, follow, like, subscribe. I appreciate it a lot. And now those are good. So let's check these. Screw them down a little bit. Maybe they're loose. That one is good. So now you may be wondering, what are those screws that are left? So those screws that are left usually go here, right? They usually go here, but this bracelet already had them, so I will just save them, I guess. So now let's try it on the wrist as always. And please hit that subscribe button and also like the video if you want to see more watch builds, because there are 17 more coming. So there it is, how it looks on the wrist. Absolutely insane. I swear, this is one of my favorite watches. It just has a different presence in the wrist with the frosted look. So, but the bracelet is big. I need to still adjust it. Let's close it. Get these out of the way. And now what we need to do is get the box. Cool box, right? And just put it in the box. Let's see how it looks in the box. So, wrong way around, of course, for good luck. Now, let's see. So this is how it looks in the box. Oops. Absolutely crazy, right? Nice. So, thank you for watching. Please subscribe and like the video. And see you in the next ones.